Hello everybody, this is Yousef and welcome to my kitchen. First of all, I have to thank you for the nice messages that you sent for me, and it's very excited that I just hit the 10,000 subscriber, which is wonderful, and thank you so much for your support. And tonight we are going to make a little bit different than the usual that I make. Is a Persian food. This is not, and it's a special occasion, and I'm celebrating my wife's birthday. So I'm gonna make a surf and turf. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to make it, but let's go over the way that I make it and see the process of making it and start doing it. Here we go. I have I'm making for three, obviously for my wife, my son, myself, and I choose 3 pieces nice filet mignon, which is about like a 6 ounces. It's not too big. And I have 3 lobster tail, which also these are about like a 4 ounces. These are also not too big. It's just going to be enough for us. I do have some potatoes, which I'm going to make a mashed potato with this, and some of the asparagus. Is a very young asparagus. So while I'm making this, I have to use some of the garlic, rosemary, some paprika, black pepper, salt, olive oil, and some butters. The first thing I'm going to start is just start cooking our potato, because it takes a little bit longer time. Those are going to be very easy, and it takes about like 8 to 10 minutes, the whole thing. But let's go clean the potato and start cooking it, then the rest of the thing. Okay, we're cutting these to the smaller pieces for our mashed potato. This is the way I make it. And you can tell me how you do that. Okay, just gonna go to over the heat. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt right now. And later on I might add, I'm gonna add pepper and one of the garlic that I'm gonna make it like a paste, and I'm gonna mix it. Next thing that I make is a sauce for our lobster. This is melted butter. Okay, like to add a little bit of paprika, not much, and salt, some black pepper, okay, and just the 3 cloves of garlic, okay, and make this for our lobster. We're going to put this aside. Now we prepare our lobster. The lobster, it has a little bit small, whatever, the leg or something. You don't need this. You cut them off. Okay. Now you can loosen it by breaking here, so you can put your finger and go through. This way you're going to separate it from the shell like this. Okay, and I turn it around on the top. Cut them. Don't go all the way. So you have to keep the shell. So you just try to get the meat off of the shell little by little. Don't be in a hurry. Don't break it, because you need the shell when you're serving it is going to be on the top of it. All right. Same thing with this side. All right. You clean it up. Just like a shrimp. All right. So here we go. You take the whole thing out up to the tail. Here you go. That's what we need to look at. This is what needed. We do the same thing with this. All right. Looks pretty good to me. Same thing. All right, now is the time to season this. Just a very little paprika here, and make sure you do it the underneath too, the back. All right, now add a little bit of salt on the back. And pepper. Okay, next we are using our brush and drizzle of our sauce again on both sides. All right, our potato is done. I drained the water, and this is the time that I like to add a little bit. You can add milk, half and half, or some heavy cream. So here you go, add a little bit of salt that I was talking about. I mean pepper, salt I already had, and a little bit of the garlic powder. And now I have to add a little bit of milk. The heavy cream is too much. It's going to be creamy, nice, but I add a little bit of the milk to make it much nicer. So here's time to go ahead over and start pushing it down and mash them. All right, so just a very low heat. Let it be there for a few minutes. Then your mashed potato is ready. But the garlic that I like to put in that added is the garlic that I put making our filet mignon steak. And when it gets, a little bit pasty, I'm gonna add those to this also. All right, it's pretty good right now. Okay, we are going to season our steak by just putting a sea salt on each side and fresh ground pepper. Okay, don't forget both sides. I'm gonna wash my hand after this. Okay, that's all we need. We're taking to our skillet, drizzle a little bit of olive oil. You don't need that much, but the pan has to be hot. So I'm just gonna wait about 2 minutes. When it really gets hot, then I start putting the filet mignon in there and let it sizzle. All right, this is for our steak. I like to just cut this in half, okay? And I'm gonna use it for our steak. Also, these 2 stems of fresh rosemary from our garden. So we're going back here to see if it's really getting hot. Okay, while it's getting hot, I make the oven ready to make it 375 degree preheat because we need it. Okay, so 375, start, preheat this, needed for the steak and our lobster. Okay, we're getting there, where that we want to be. Okay, for each side, it's about 2 minutes is enough. So it's not gonna put it more than that. So I'm not gonna touch it, goes another 1 minute. Here it goes our garlic to be roasted. All right, so it's wonderful. One side, look at it, beautiful. Now, it's a time for rosemary and butter. Now it's basting it. All right, let's check if it's good enough. 2 minutes. I'd rather to have the sides also. Okay, not everybody does that, but I like to do that. It's enough for the other side. It was almost 2 minutes for the other side and like a few seconds each side. Now it's going to oven for another 3 minutes only, not more. Okay, we have time for our asparagus. So what I'm going to do, it's right here, I add the olive oil and a little bit of the sea salt, and it's ready to go to the grill. Here we go. So here's time for our lobster. This is a parchment paper that I put it here, and these are already been seasoned. But before I put in there, I'm gonna drizzle a little bit more of our sauce. Okay, this goes in the oven at the same time, but our steak's gonna come out because it's enough for it, and it has to rest for at least 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, we're going to put this in the oven. All right, and we're taking our steaks out. Okay, so these are going to be here, and put it here to rest. I'm going to cover that with a little bit of aluminum foil, very loosely, because it's still is cooking. The heat that it has, it makes it to cook. Okay, going back to our skillet. So these are what it left. Now I'm gonna scrap this with some of this. This one goes, as I said, it's gonna go to our mashed potato, some of this, and we're gonna mash that. Okay, this is all flavor. It's gonna be nice sauce. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some red wine. This red wine, it gives a wonderful taste, but this is going to be reduced and all the alcohol is going to go away. While this is doing its job, let's go back here and put our asparagus right here. For lobster, I turn it up to 400 because that's a better temperature for cooking lobster in oven. All right, I mashed the garlic also. Okay, it's nice and very creamy, garlicky taste. Wonderful. And very silky. All right, our mashed potato is done and ready. So our sauce getting ready here, mashed potato is ready, our steak is ready, and lobster is going to be ready in 3 more minutes. Our asparagus are ready. There you go. Done. Very nice. Turn off the heat and we're going to serve the dinner. Okay guys, thank you so much for sharing this special occasion with me. I appreciate that. Let me know how yours gonna be look like, and I really appreciate your time, and happy birthday to my wife. Till next time, go back to the usual, starting making another Persian dish. Bye.